Well, welcome to a very special episode of Fox Sports Lab NRL. I'm Eloise Sohier, joined alongside Josh Morris for our first Origin preview of 2024. Josh, it's just days away. How are you feeling?
Yes, I'm very excited. I love this time of year, Eloise. We get to stop the club footy for a little bit and just focus on these spectacles that they are. And every year, the game gets faster and faster. The product gets better and better. And I can't wait for this new look blue side to take on the Maroons on Wednesday night.
Well, let's talk about this new look Blues side. Obviously, so much talk in the lead up when Michael Maguire rather, announced his team. Dylan Edwards was at fullback and James Tedesco missed out. But obviously, in recent days, that's all changed after a quad injury to Dylan Edwards. James Tedesco comes in. How much disruption will this cause the Blues side? Or is it the fact that, Tedesco's been there in this arena before? It's an easy fit for him.
Look, it's not ideal, and you got to feel for Dylan Edwards. He finally gets his chance. He's usurped the New South Wales captain to get his spot, and then goes down with his quad injury. But if you're going to bring someone in, it's pretty handy having James Tedesco as a backup. I think he'll be fine. I think that with how professional he is, he would have got in straight away. He would have figured out the way that New South Wales are going to play, and then they'll have one or two ball work sessions to get him up to speed. So, look, I think whilst it is a disruption, you get a world class player in James Tedesco coming into the side. So, I'm pretty happy that although Dylan's not playing, we've got someone like Teddy coming in.
We'll talk about game two and how he picks after giving the performance of James Tedesco, etc., and how Dylan Edwards holds up. But what do you like about the matchup of James Tedesco, obviously an experienced and a veteran fullback in our game, coming up the like against Queensland fullback in Reece Walsh, lightning speed?
Yeah, look, this is probably one of the clashes that you look forward to most, and these two players could determine the outcome of the match. Reece Walsh has been outstanding the last few years, and in Origin last year he was a live wire and came up with a lot of big plays. So New South Wales have to be really on their game to shut him down. For Teddy, we know he's a proven competitor at this level, and look. I think, having missed out on the squad, he'll want to, take his claim that he deserves to be the rightful number one. So I think we're going to see James Tedesco at his best on Wednesday night, which is a scary prospect.
It is a scary prospect, particularly for Queensland. Let's talk about the fact that in that spine in which James Tedesco will be a part of, we see Nico Hines partnering with Jerome Luai. And there's been some pictures on social media circling this week about the fact that they played when they were very young, they played alongside each other. So they're not unfamiliar to each other, while maybe many moons ago. What do you like about them and their partnership in the halves? And who do you think will look to sort of steer this team around?
Yeah, I think Michael Maguire has probably spoken to Nico and said, "This is your team, you control it." And then Jerome, you just pick and choose your moments when you want the ball and run. And we saw against Cronulla what Jerome Luai can do when he runs the ball. And we have seen it in Origin as well. So having that combination of them playing when they were younger, I think is going to certainly help. And I'm looking forward to Nico getting his first start and actually, playing in the position that he is most comfortable in. And we need him to obviously perform as well to get this victory. And obviously, Tom Dearden comes in for Cameron Munster as well, who has been at this level before. And he showed that he's more than capable of filling in those big shoes of Cameron Munster. So that clash in the halves is a great one as well.
One surprise I think that many people were talking about for the Queensland side was the fact that Selwyn Cobbo will start on the bench. Your thoughts on that?
Yeah, this is a weird one. Obviously, New South Wales have gone with four forwards on the bench. Billy's opted for Cobbo on the bench, which I'm not sure if he's going to play him in the middle. I mean, he can cover all the positions in the back line, obviously, but to have three forwards on the bench, that the middles are going to have to play bigger minutes, so he may throw him on in the middle, but he might not even get on. That's the risk you run with having a back on the bench. Obviously, the 18th man for the Blues is Matt Burton. And we've seen a number of times with concussions and whatnot that 18th player is a real chance of getting on in Origin. So Madge has gone that way, but we'll have to wait. I guess we're just going to have to wait to see how it plays out. But for me, it was one of the stranger picks, I guess.
Let's talk about just more broadly how important a first up win is for New South Wales, given the context of where the games start. This one, of course, is at Hyman Court Stadium. Then it gets tough. They go to Melbourne and then finishes in Queensland. Just how important, Josh, would that have been a focus this week for Michael Maguire in getting the first win?
Oh, I think it's massive. I think more often than not, I think it's over 70% of the time that the team wins the first Origin. They then go on to win the series, and you don't want to lose the first game at home and then have to try and win in Melbourne
Mm.
and then go up to Suncorp and try and win in a decider up there. It's one of the tougher places to play, and the Maroons get right up for that and get right behind their team. So. For this one, it's do or die. You've just got to throw everything out there and do whatever it takes to get this win in the first game, and then try and go down to Melbourne and seal it. And I think New South Wales have a pretty good record at home. They've won 4 of their last 5, but 4 of the last 5 have been won by the underdogs, and I think Queensland are the underdogs. I don't know how. Oh, no, sorry, no, they are the favourites. They are the favourites. So the underdogs are the Blues for once.
For once, usually we are hearing that about the Queensland always being the underdogs, but for this time it's a bit different, obviously, where Queensland won the State of Origin series last year. Just lastly, I know you bleed blue, Josh, so you're obviously backing in the Blues to get a victory, but just by how much?
Yeah, look, I think the first Origin is normally a tight one. I think it could be decided by a field goal, but I'm saying New South Wales by 6 points. I think it'll be 18-12.
Oh, there we go. 18-12, 2 sleeps away. Josh Morris, thanks so much for your time. Can't wait for Origin on Wednesday night. Go the Blues.
Thanks, Eloise. Go the Blues.
Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.